Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no, there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG. Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes, name two boxes. As hard as this, yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no, there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG.
Two-man game, TMG.
TMG.
Episode 65.
Yep.
I'm in the studio again, familiar settings. You know what it is.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes. Been a blessed week, you know. Got here, everyone.
Amen.
Peaceful, man. Just give it up to God. And we have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Very special.
It's good people, Largy.
I call him both combat specialist, combat analyst. Even though from time to time gets his hands a bit dirty, you know.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
He gets involved. It's not just a watcher. He gets
Oh,
gets involved in the
okay.
sides.
Hands dirty fight. I was like, whoa.
Every now and again I like to, you know what I mean? I like to throw them, but
Throw them hands.
obviously,
For the hands.
exactly.
What? You're heavyweight.
Nah, cruiser. Actually, I'm currently weighing. I weigh as much as a heavyweight right now, so over 92 kgs. Obviously,
So
that's
you'll be
that's
fighting.
heavy.
You'll be fighting some serious guys.
Yeah,
man.
no, but I've got to come down to 90 ASAP if I want to stay in that. If I want to stay in that safe zone, because
To stay safe.
heavyweights. I've sparred a couple.
There's not upper limit to heavyweight, is there?
You could be as big as you
You
want.
can be as big as you want. They're getting a new sort of weight class on there with bridgerweight,
They were
which is
supposed
in
to.
between cruiserweight and
Yeah.
heavyweight again.
Why?
I think they do. There's one. I think WBA or WBC has a belt there. I think it's the guy that lost to White that has that belt. He's a Cuban-ish guy. I can't remember his name.
You got a bridge weight.
Oh,
Or Carlos, not Carlos.
no, I know what you're talking about.
Ortiz.
The name will come to me in a second.
Yeah. Like that.
It's only a few.
Dangerous guy, bald guy, yeah?
Yeah, he's pretty decent.
Yeah,
It's only a few like premier divisions in boxing, isn't there?
The blue ribbon divisions, usually welterweight, heavyweight, of course, and there's another one. I think it's like lightweight. I
Yeah,
think
but
those-
lightweight.
Throughout the years, I think those are the real blue ribbon divisions. I think sometimes middleweights is up and down, but the ones that usually have, like basically, if you talk about the all-time great fighters, most of them have fought in one of those weights. Does that make sense? Like, you know, Mayweather's one of those weights. Pacquiao, Ali, Robinson, Sugar Leonard, like they all fight in one of those three weights. It's rare that you have an all-time great that hasn't
No
fought in those
featherweights?
weights. It's rare.
Gary Russell lost.
I mean, they did, yeah. And talking a lot smack about a lot of people's boys. He's my guy as well. Tank. So he wants to face Tank. So Tank's protected, which is kind of true.
I'll FaceTime.
Funny thing about Tank, Tank's not facing anyone though, because he only fights on PBC.
Yeah.
That's the.
Oh, PBC.
They will only do business with PBC fighters, which to me, if you want to allow your fighter to excel and go to the highest levels, like you have to work with other networks, you have to
It's
work
so
with other
stupid.
promoters. It's so
The
stupid.
the promotional thing in PBC. Some people trust in PBC. I think.
I mean,
the dumbest.
It's right now. It seems very silly. The only way it could win, which is a long shot, is if Tank happens to be the best in the era of the lightweights.
Do you think he is?
He has a chance. If he happens to be the best, and he also happens to command the most money,
But he.
which he does at the moment. If he continues to command the most money, and the guys
How
know
his pay-per-view numbers are?
they're better than all the other guys in this
They
division.
said that.
Nah, it's not better than. Surely it's not better than Ryan Garcia.
He doesn't
Same
fight.
numbers.
It might,
He
Ryan
doesn't fight.
Ryan Garcia
but
might
when he
be-
fought Luke Campbell.
Yeah.
Like those were. I think
Ryan
those
Garcia
two-
might be running close, but yeah, he hasn't fought.
How about Lomachenko? Lomachenko doesn't really do numbers. Maybe outside of
He really
US.
fights a
but
big guy.
to me, Lomachenko is the best in that lightweight division.
Yeah, he's the most
He's
technically sound.
the best.
And
in
the
that
best
lightweight
fighter.
division. I think. Cambosis. I mean, technically, you kind of have to say Cambosis at the moment because.
Oh, right now, yeah, he holds all the belts. He beat
And
the
he's
man who beat
talking
him
about
out.
the emperor, blah blah blah. That's why I think Haney wants to fight him, isn't it?
I like Haney a lot, but
His chin.
he's a bit chinny. And if someone like a Tank,
I think he's got a good chin though. He got rocked by Linares and he sort of came through that as well. So I think he's got a decent chin.
I mean, it's decent, but if it's a tier female that's hitting that, if it's a Tank.
But Tank isn't as technically sound a boxer as...
No, he's not.
Tank.
He's a bit underrated.
When Tank fought... What's that? Who did he fight last? I can't even remember.
Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, Isaac Cruz. I mean... It wasn't a great performance.
It wasn't.
He should have won. I thought I had Cruz winning.
No, when I first watched it, I thought Cruz won. But then I watched it back. Tank did win. It was very close. Like you could have given Tank a win, you could have given Cruz a win, you could have given a draw. Those three.
But I see that indecision is not good.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Even the great fighters don't blow through everyone all the time. Even guys you don't expect it to beat. Sometimes.
But every time Floyd,
so even some guys you expect it to blow through, sometimes have close fights.
every time Floyd had a close fight, did he not rematch the person?
He did for the most part. Yeah, he rematched. He rematched Madonna, another guy.
Madonna and Jose Luis Castillo.
Yeah, Castillo.
Yeah. That first fight, a lot of people say he lost that fight.
Castillo.
But, you know.
I had to rewatch that.
Yeah,
to refresh.
Back in the day, though.
Yeah, that was way back in the day.
But yeah, I mean, it was probably similar to what Isaac Cruz did, but maybe a bit more.
But that indecision, he took it away because he rematched the guy and he beat him. That's it.
Yeah, man, this is the only first fight where Tank's been that close. He maybe rematched Cruz.
Santa Cruz, he was down.
Yeah, but he knocked him out.
Yeah.
I mean, but back I was saying about
even Mario Barros wasn't he down on that?
he was, yeah, he knocked him out, which he can't keep on doing. But what I would say about the Tank thing, if he happens to be the best commercially and in the ring, then he can actually force guys like, yo, you're gonna have significantly your career payday. You're gonna have to come to fight me in PBC. If it happens to be the case, then them forcing on PBC will end up, they'll end up
Was
being the
Teofimo not trying to? Was it Teofimo on Haney or Teofimo on him that were talking about the next fight? Before, obviously Teofimo lost. He was saying, I think was it Haney that
It was
was
Teofimo and Haney. The question is like, who is Tank even going to fight now?
apparently
Rolly.
the WBC have ordered him to fight Combosos. And if Tank doesn't take that fight, it reveals a lot.
Is that ordered? Because Haney's saying that he's next up.
Apparently he's been ordered. The Sun, obviously Sun's the most reliable newspaper, but other boxing aficionados, like, have you heard of Boxing Bros? You just said they're good YouTube channel. Shout out Boxing Bros. You say I watch them a lot. They're good. They're really good. And they done a whole segment. I watched it earlier on today, and I didn't check their source, but the source I did see online was the Sun. Maybe there's other sources, and if that's the case, Tank's got to take that fight because if he wins, he's undisputed. And then that will even further his case of only doing PBC fights, even though that fight may have to do with I think the zone. But if they do the crossover and he wins the rematch, you can say we won on PBC. If he wins that, he has all the belts. Commercially, he'll be the biggest draw, which he already is, I believe. Well, aside from maybe Rangus, we have to see. Then that means that
right, it's amateur career. He beat Haney. He been beating Haney.
Yeah, it just that happened.
And I agree with you. Like, I think Tank definitely is the biggest star. He's just only fighting PBC guys. He's not getting those big
The
fights.
biggest, are you really sure Tank's the biggest star?
In that group,
Is that just because of Floyd?
Yeah, Floyd probably helps. Yeah, but the Tank does have his own fans. I mean, a lot of guys and girls love Tank. I mean, you see his fight against his last fight against Cruz. He had all the stars coming out. Had like Paul Pierce, Garnett, obviously Caleb Plant.
Who else was watching though, outside of the people that were in the stadium? Because they're not a lot. The pay-per-view numbers.
I can't remember the pay-per-view numbers, but
They weren't good. They didn't even
usually...
release them.
Huh?
They didn't release them. You know how they are these days. They don't even release it sometimes.
Out of that four, I think there should be another person on that list. Should be Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah,
he said that. He said he might be the best out of this whole generation.
Yeah, I think he's
a bad boy. He doesn't get hit.
Yeah,
and
he's got Floyd. He's giving Floyd vibes. And there's not even a stretch saying that. I mean, there was a stat going which is fantastic. In his last like 30 or 40 rounds, whatever it is, he's out his opponent basically. Every round.
But none of them gonna want to fight him then.
He's under Bob Brown.
Yeah, I think he's with Bob.
Yeah, Bob Brown by way of Andre Ward.
I have to check that.
He's gonna have to leave him.
Andre Ward was undefeated.
Huh?
Undefeated.
Andre Ward.
Yeah, he's undefeated.
But a lot of people think his style was very boring to watch. Yeah. I don't know if you watched the Carl Froch fight when he fought Carl Froch. It was very boring.
Hey, sometimes boring is what wins, isn't it? It doesn't
yeah, but I mean, it
doesn't get you the pay-per-view numbers, but you know,
no,
the W.
Listen, when people watch, especially the casual fans, what you need to do to be a pay-per-view star, in my opinion, is you need to get the casual fans on side. You don't even need to knock them out. It just needs to be explosive.
If we're not explosive, you won't get the fans on side at all. It can just be like, think about Kawasaki. Do people really talk about him?
I mean, look, he's undefeated. He is a British legend for sure, but again,
he's only British ever best ever boxer.
Yeah. But
But
you know,
but do you even talk
is he
about?
remembered in the same sort of ilk
Or Lennox,
as Lennox? Probably not. Is he? Maybe he's like Frank Bruno. Who knows? I don't know if he's
He's
Because that gets forgotten. Sadly, it gets forgotten.
This is just how life is, isn't it? Kawasaki doesn't have a jaw. Like, what? Like, guys are not really. You staying up late to watch Kawasaki?
When he was fighting the big guys like Roy Jones and I think
Roy Jones was done by when he was fighting.
Did he fight Bernard?
Bernard Hopkins. I think he did.
Yeah, when he's fighting those guys, that's a boxing purist in me. Other casuals ain't gonna stay up for that.
I like Roy Jones Jr. Arguably one of the greatest fighters of all time. It's a shame that his
He could have been the greatest. He could have been. After he fought John Ruiz, if he stopped,
He would have been the greatest of all time. I think.
you can't argue. It's very hard to argue that. Boy, I think he was undefeated at that time, innit?
Yeah.
he was undefeated. From watching him fight, he was supreme reflexes. He was dominating them athletically. His combinations were clean. Hey man,
He was unreal. He had that sort of style where he would fight with his hands down, which I quite liked. But it reminds me of a bit like a bit of a Prince Nassim Hamed. That sort of hands down fighting, showboating. I quite liked it. So he's one of the.
it's just a shame that eventually, I think they're coming down from heavyweight back to
definitely
middleweight. Probably finished them.
I think he'd make a great trainer. Like, he's training in Eubank.
Yeah,
Is it? Oh, is it Chris Eubank?
Yeah, Chris Eubank.
Is Eubank ever going to get a big fight though?
I think if he beats Liam Williams, when is it? February. I think it's February 11th.
Is he on the same card as Brooklyn?
No, I don't think it's that card. I think because they're on a different. This is boxers.
Okay.
I don't think Conor Brook are a boxer, but if he beats Liam Williams, I think they're in line he's in line for a world title shot. But this Liam Williams fight is a 50-50 fight, so we're just gonna have to see. I don't know. Like I look at Chris Eubank Jr. and I also look at Conor Benn. Obviously, they're both like sons of legends, and I just can't help thinking, why is Conor Benn such a better boxer than Eubank? Like, why does he look so much better?
Because Eubank be talking like that. Eubank be talking so posh. He's not giving him the. He's not core. He's not from the core.
Maybe Conor Benn is dedicated more to the craft, but then again, Eubank is known as a hard worker.
Ben just got more natural talent. Sometimes that's what it is. I think Ben is just a natural fighter. There's a bit more ferociousness to Ben than there is to Eubank.
Yeah, he's ferocious. We're going to see him in some wars. For sure.
But don't worry, Broner's gonna. If he fights Broner, I've got Broner to win.
Nah, he'll beat Broner.
Are you sure?
Unless
Broner
Broner rolls back the years, he'll beat Broner. But let's touch on what's his name back on Roy Jones. Yeah, he was 49-1. So after the Ruiz fight, 48-1. Then he fought Tarver, 49-1. If he stopped after Tarver,
is the one when he knocked was the disqualification?
Yeah, he got disqualification. Yeah, so it wasn't a legit loss. It was a disqualification. So yeah,
Disqualifications are deep in your record, fam.
Yeah, because that could happen to Floyd. Imagine, he knocked someone down. Because that's how I think he got done. Roy Jones, he knocked someone out, or knocked them down, and he punched them again. Probably, we all know the red zone, the red mist, the tunnel vision. It's hard to pull back out.
It's kind of like on the undercard of the fight.
Yeah. That guy could have got disqualified.
I know, Logan Paul thing.
Yeah,
Do you really drop KSI and gave him a one bang afterwards?
You know Logan Paul and Floyd, yeah? At the time, I think Floyd knocked Logan out, but he held him up. He held him up, fam. I was like, whoa. Obviously, money to be made.
Yeah, I mean, these things, people...
I read somewhere Logan hasn't even been paid for that.
Yeah, he said that. He's been saying that, yeah. He hasn't been paid yet.
Paid.
Wait, he's not calling out Floyd yet?
He has called him out.
He's called him out. Apparently, also, there was another...
I heard Floyd might be broke. That's what they're saying.
That's
what they're saying. Floyd has no liquid cash.
That's been happening a lot throughout the years. That's what they say. He does all the big boxing, comes back for the box because he needs the money.
He hasn't got any. I heard he doesn't have liquid assets.
What's called the tax man is on his ass.
I can't believe that. I hear that all the time. That Floyd is broke, but he made so much money.
But remember when you look at lifestyle, you spend
$100 million.
You spend it quickly because you can get it quickly. Do you get what I mean? When you've been getting it quickly and you spending it, of course you can go broke. A lot of people go broke because of that lifestyle. Because it's not constant.
He just made $100 million 6 months ago.
Bro, man can't pay Logan Paul though.
Yeah, I think he just hasn't paid him for some bizarre reason. I actually heard that there was some sort of like TV deal that they had. They were broadcasting in the Middle East somewhere, and it was like a $10 million revenue that Logan Paul didn't even hear about. That's what I heard. Apparently they're just like dirty business guys, like which doesn't massively surprised me. They're a little bit slimy.
I think I don't think they really like the pools like that, so I'm surprised they're just doing that spike.
Better pay people. No. In this game, in this life, there's something called integrity. Integrity. You're only as good as your word. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If a man is now calling you out in the street and he's saying that you're this, that goes a long way. That hurts. That hurts more than any money.
Where did you hear Floyd's broke?
Fam, I've been hearing that.
I've
He
heard
has
that
no
from
liquid
numerous
assets.
sources, but then again,
Hey.
you can't.
I heard he doesn't have liquid assets.
That might be more accurate than him being actually broke because apparently he has a lot of investments, and so I mean a lot of that talk is as well. I think is his haters. They will use that as an excuse.
I'm more of he doesn't have liquid assets. I heard that he made some bad investments. That's why he's fighting. That's why he's fighting that Arab Don.
Isn't he fighting a YouTuber?
Yeah, Arab YouTuber. That's what I heard. That's why he's fighting him, bro. And it wouldn't surprise me because a lot of stars they go broke after the live sport. Floyd hasn't given up boxing. I hope he doesn't count these fights on his record. The McGregor fight.
He's not doing a quote unquote Pele thing.
he's doing the Pele thing. The McGregor fight should not be on his resume.
That one, yeah, I don't count that. That is even if Floyd's 15, that for me, and I'm one of Floyd's biggest supporters. That I don't count that for me personally.
Why not?
Conor Grace's not a real boxer, man. I can't count that.
He did have some amateur experience.
You counted that?
That's his first professional fight.
But listen, would you count it if McGregor somehow knocked him down? Would you count that?
If McGregor knocked him
he
down,
didn't even win.
He
just knocked him down.
It's an old thing. I can't even count it as a problem. It was just
I mean, Floyd had in the actual fight, not the money rise. Floyd had everything to lose and nothing to win. If McGregor won, it would have been on his record. And if McGregor knocked him down or whatever, it would have been on his record, and that would have been counted because that's not supposed to happen. Floyd was expected to just clean him out, and he beat him. He took kind of carried him through rounds, whatever. But for me, as a Floyd guy, I can't really say that's a legit win for him. As in, if you look in the context, like McGregor had no chance. That was his first professional fight. Like, come on, let's be real.
There's no way. I'm counting that.
I think most of those fighters had no chance against Floyd. Anyway.
Oh, they didn't know.
I didn't see Floyd in one hard fight. Maybe, obviously, apart from the Castillo fight, maybe there's a couple. Maybe the first Maidana fight, and maybe the first 2 rounds of the Shane Mosley fight, where he got rocked.
That Shane Mosley got to take steroids and EPOs.
Mosley should have actually capitalized on knocking him.
I mean, that's the reason why people don't give him as much credit because aside from those 3 fights ish, literally every other fight has been a whitewash.
Pacquiao was stupid potato.
I mean, everyone else was supposed to give him trouble. Didn't give him trouble. When they did give him trouble, it was literally, apart from Castillo and Medina, it was literally just moments.
I can't believe I was there. I watched that Pacquiao fight. Anyway, Pacquiao tried.
It's too late. It was just 5 years too late.
Canelo. The thing is that one of the things that Floyd has in his resume that is so great is that he beat Canelo. And when he doing that just now, it's just like, yeah, I did that.
I don't think anyone's beating Canelo right now. Maybe if he goes to 175, it may just be too much for him.
I think those Russian is it the
Bivol.
Yeah, Bivol. He might. It's better. Is it better be him?
Joe Johnson.
It's better be him.
Even Callum Smith at 175, I think that will pose a lot of problems. I know it didn't at 168, but maybe I don't think that was Callum Smith's weight. That 168.
Like
175.
I think the tactics will be an issue. I mean, Canelo just seemed to have his number in that fight.
How about better be him? It's better be him the big puncher.
Yeah.
Hey, but he might knock Canelo's head off.
Yeah, I mean, he can get hit better BF. He's not nowhere near as skilled as Canelo, but the size and the physicality aspect may just be too much.
We just walk through Canelo's punches.
Listen, you see those Russian, Eastern European man, just stay away from them.
Yeah. You're lucky they're not in the.
Well, Canelo, he's such an accurate, sharp puncher.
But they'll walk through it.
I don't think they can walk through the body punches. They'll take it still. If he keeps banging you repeatedly in the body.
What did Triple G do?
Triple G, yeah.
I think Triple G won that first fight.
I think he did win the first fight.
And the second fight, you can argue he won that one as well.
Second fight could have gone either way. First fight, Triple G won. Like, they robbed him.
Yeah, of course they're going to rob him because Canelo catch out.
Yeah.
If Triple G won, is he excited? I can't remember the last time Triple G. When was the last time
Triple G's finished, and I think Canelo will probably fight him again, but he's finished.
I want to see him fight Eubank.
Canelo, Eubank.
No, Eubank, Triple G.
Because
that fight's been meant to happen.
knock out Eubank.
Eubank.
Yeah, I think Eubank might fly through the ropes if he.
You know what? I started to warm to Eubank a little bit.
Yeah, it was under Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, I started to warm to him.